So, Hungary. First things first. Before we leave the pits of this amazing track, 14 corners, conceived in the mid-80s, built in 1986. It was originally going to be a street circuit like Monaco. And like Monaco, you either love it or you hate it. First thing you do on any track, in a practice session, you find a safe spot and you do a practice start. Because why not? We're going to take you on a few slow laps and show you the best techniques to learn how to drive this car around this track. It's not so much about learning the track, but learning the car as well. We'll do turn 1 on the next lap. Coming down to turn 2, you want to keep the car in constant motion, so you want to keep steering lock moving just ever so slightly. We're braking somewhere between the beginning of the curb and this marshal's post on the right. You want to be in 4th gear and bring it round, nice late apex. You don't want to follow the line out. You want to keep it to the middle of the track so that you can get a good run down this short little straight. If you take it too far to the right, to the opposite curb, there's a chance you will spin out, especially on cold tyres. You'll get off track on the left side of the track, and that's just no good for anyone. This is a fast corner. You don't need brakes, but you can just use a little bit of brakes if you want, just to get the car turned in. You want to be in 7th gear on approach, and then when you fling it over the curb, you want to go down to 6th. And that will get you around. You want to just take your 2 left wheels over the curb. Then you want to bring it over, always keeping the car moving. I'll show you what I mean when we pick up the speed a bit more. Then you want to be in 4th gear, bring it to the apex, then let the car steer itself out wide. You're just guiding the car. Let the car drive itself. Then you want to bob to the right a little bit, go to the left, get it down to 3rd gear, and turn it in. Again, 2 wheels just on the curb. Don't hit the sausage curb. Here, you might go up to 5th, you might not. Go into 4th gear, bring it round. I'll go into more detail as we're picking up the speed a bit. Now it's just a feeler lap, just to get the idea. And the idea is to always keep the car moving, just ever so slightly turning the wheel. Just always keep the car in motion. Bring it out, then bring it back in again, then flick round. You want to be in 6th gear for that corner. Let it run wide. You don't want to run too wide because you will bottom out. And you'll be on railway tracks, basically. And you won't be able to get off until the end of the curb. And that's not good. You'll get floor damage. You want to brake just before the 50 board because it's 3rd gear, but you're not top speed. Bring it down to 3rd, then bring it along. You might release the brakes before you get to the apex. Then just, again, let the car drive itself. You just guide it. You're letting the car steer your hands. You're not steering the wheel. You're letting the car steer your hands, and you're controlling how much it steers. Another 3rd gear corner. You can go to 2nd, but I keep it in 3rd. Both work fine. You don't get much better traction in 3rd gear. And then this one's a 4th gear corner. Again, you might go up to 5th, but just a slight touch of the brakes. But we'll get on that as we go through our faster lap now. While you're practicing, you don't need to worry about DRS. You don't need to worry about it. Just keep it off. Just get the technique of the track down. So here, white line, just before it, just after it, depending on how confident you are. 3rd gear, bring it round, nice late apex so you can get on the power, because that DRS line comes at you really fast. Here, somewhere between the end of the curb and the marshal's post, down to 4th gear, bring it round, late apex, middle of the road, round to the side, and let it again steer you wide. Up here, nice, lovely fast corner. Lift off, 6th gear, down from 7th, then keep the car in motion. Same for here, 4th gear, out, let it go wide, and then rock it out a bit, rock it back in, keep the car moving at all times, as smooth as possible. The car loves it. The car loves it. As long as you keep the car moving, it will love you back. Bring it round, nice and easy. Just go slow. It doesn't matter how fast you are, just get the line down and pick up speed gradually. Bring it out wide. Just after the start of the curb, down to 1st gear, nice and light on the brakes. When people say use less brakes, they don't mean brake later harder. I mean brake Earlier, softer. Use less brakes. Keep it smooth. Bring it round and let the car steer you out. You've got a lot of room on the outside here. You can get the wheels on the red and white curb. We'll pick up the speed a little bit now. Don't want to bore you. Okay, lift off early. White line. Down to third. Bring it round. Late apex. Get the power down so you can get that DRS on. Okay, lift off nice and early. Marshal's post. Third gear. Fourth gear. Late apex, middle of the road, bring it round, flat out now, nice and smooth. Gentle turning of the steering wheel. Lift off, sixth gear, brake if you want to, just a dab. Fourth gear, let it steer you out wide. You just control how much it steers. Keep the car in constant motion. It loves tracks like these. Yes, it may be hard to overtake, but it's not impossible. Keep the car in motion. Keep it smooth, and it will feel like it's flying along. That's how you want it to feel, like it's gliding. Don't go straight corner. Keep the car moving. Get into the flow of the track. Get into the rhythm. Bring it out wide. Third gear. Again, late apex. It loves the late apex. Let it steer out wide. Let it steer out right. But now, I'm going to be a little bit more quiet and we're going to focus on the movements of the car. How the car should be moving, how smooth it should be. Again, down to third. Let the car steer out wide and then just keep it to the right. It's just constant steering lock. Bring it to your braking zone, then steer again. Even before you start braking, you want to be steering just gently towards the corner. Flat out down here. Nice and easy as long as you keep it in the middle of the road. Early lift off, down to sixth, bring it round. Lift off, brake, fourth gear. Now lifting off is for beginners. You're learning how to drive the car, not necessarily just the track. I will do more guides for the other tracks, but it's going to be how to drive the car around the track. Keep the car moving, keep it moving. Always keep it moving. Keep it smooth. Bring it down. A little jink to the left. Just to get it moving. It works best when it's moving like that. I'm saying moving a lot, I'm aware of that. But it's a flow. Imagine the track as a pipe. And you're the water flowing through the pipe. The water wouldn't be going left, right, straight line. It would be flowing, so you want to flow nice and easy. It's a wonderful car. It's a shame it's not as popular as it should be. Just keep it moving. You lift off, you learn how to brake. You give yourself time to register. You're not going for speed, you want to learn the track. Be careful of floor damage, of course. Bring it out wide, just keep it moving. The smoother you are, the faster you are. Keep it moving. Always be moving. The key to driving is learning the car, not necessarily the track. You need to know the track. But you need to know how to drive the car, how it reacts, how does it feel, how does it flow. All cars have a flow to them. At least all the ones I've driven do. We'll pick up the speed just a little bit. We don't want to go too mad. This is just about learning the car. Let the car steer you on the exit of corners. Don't wrestle with it. Don't force the car to go where it doesn't want to go. Let the car drive you. You just keep it in check. You're taming it. The car's doing all the work, but you're keeping it in line. There's an absolute pleasure driving this car. It's a shame it's not more popular. Because they're so fast, it's so satisfying getting the flow of each track. These techniques can be applied on every track. Just always keep the car moving. But don't wrestle with it, don't fight it. Allow the car to drive you. Again, we'll pick up the pace just a little bit more. Don't need DRS because we're learning the track. Nice late apex to turn 1 so you can get the DRS on. Late apex here so you can bring it in. Middle of the road. Careful of that inside curve and careful of the off track on the outside. Lift off, 6th gear, bring it round. 4th gear. Nice and easy. Smooth. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. You've heard it. I'm sorry. Obviously it wasn't me that said that, but it's true. I can't remember off the top of my head who it was who said it, but just keep it smooth. It's a fantastic track. It's a driver's circuit. So what if the racing's hard? It's just a joy to drive it, especially in this car. The stock setups, iRacing's stock setups, they're fine. They're fine for this car. If you don't know how to set up the car, which I don't at the moment, but I would like to learn. Nothing wrong with them. They're brilliant. They're stable. They're quick. And as long as you can get the nose turned in, that's all you want. Lift off, 6th gear, bring it round. Every racetrack has its flow, and this one is beautiful. Get to the point where it's easy, where you couldn't crash if you wanted to, and the speed will come. You're smooth, your tyres will love you, the car will love you, and you'll just find one day that you're driving around everybody. While everybody else is flying off track, you're there, in the groove, in the flow, driving like a hero. Gently on the throttle. This car loves a light touch on the brakes. It loves it. Don't fight the car. If you're fighting the car, you're driving it wrong. If you're not in motion, if you're not keeping it moving, you're driving it wrong. You're not going to be able to get the most out of the car unless you drive it how it's designed. Be careful on that throttle. Once you start treating it with respect, it will respect you. You'll know what to do. Right, we'll do I don't know, 2 more laps. A little bit faster this time. Always be moving. Okay, last lap. So braking at the white line, or just after it, depends how confident you are. Keep the car moving, marshal post, bring it round, middle of the track, to open up this straight. Touch of a brake if you feel like you need to. Throw it in, 4th gear. Let it drive you to the outside of the track. Jink it left, 3rd gear, bring it round, kiss the curbs, back on the throttle, 4th gear, no brakes, 4th gear, no brakes. For now, depends how fast you're going or what the situation is. Just before the 50 board, 3rd gear. I was hoping that wouldn't happen.
You knocked your wheels out of alignment. Your front wing is damaged. Your rear wing is damaged.
Practice on the different compounds as well. And remember, they're different. Practice on the hards. It's a pig to drive. It's hard to get used to it, but practice on it. In this fixed series, you probably won't ever need the hard tyres.
Right here.
It'll probably more likely be
All clear.
just medium and soft. But practice on the hards. Because driving on the hards is all a part of driving this car. We'll do one more lap after this. After I embarrass myself. It's okay to make mistakes. Nice and easy on your out lap. You see people in practice that will fight you until they're blue in the face when they've just come out the pits. It's pointless. Just let them pass. And if you're faster than them, get past them. If you just come out the pits and then someone's in front of you holding you up, get past them. No excuses. If you're better than them, you'll figure it out. If not, practice. The right way. Here we go then, final lap. Thanks guys for watching. If you like what you see and if you want more of these guides, I'll be doing one for every single track coming up in the Fixed series and also the Grand Tour series. Please subscribe, like and share. Let me know if it's helped you at all. Or if I'm just talking a load of rubbish. Even if you think I am, I'm going to carry on driving like this because... Anyway. It's such a joy. Let me know what your times are. Help each other in the comments below. Talk to each other. Share tips. Set up ideas. Help us figure out how to set up this damn car. Because I can't work it out. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, please like and subscribe for more. I'll be doing one for every single Grand Prix track that's on both series, both the C-Class and the A-Class. And until next time, take care.